All right, guys, welcome back. And I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I've just had some, life happen. I have uploaded some private videos, but it's been a while since I've uploaded a public video. So I'm actually coming to you today because there are a couple of things on my heart. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking down. I have my notes in front of me, and there's some things that I really just want to share. It's been an emotional week for me. Very up and down. It just kind of started with this great high, and now we're kind of, you know, um, coming down. I really just want to share. So, this is most definitely a Confessions of a Spectrum Mom video. The first thing I want to talk about is just caregiver encouragement, guys. And I do my grocery shopping, every couple weeks. And this week, when I went to the grocery store, I met an older gentleman who needed some help finding something in the store. And we got to talking. I think we talked for a good 30 to 40 minutes in the juice aisle. And, I'm always meeting people and just sharing and encouraging and chatting with them. And he shared with me how his sister was the full-time caregiver of her husband. Her husband had a stroke, and he kind of shared with the struggles that she's going through. Now this gentleman was 65 years old, and I believe his sister was probably early to mid 70s, and she is the full-time caregiver for her husband who's had a stroke. So I mean, she has to do everything: bathe him, dress him, clean him when he poos. I mean, just pretty much everything. And I was sharing with him, even though our journey and our story might be different, the life of a special needs parent, whether it's, Down syndrome or autism or anything in between, can be very both physically draining and emotionally draining, and I don't say that as in a, oh, boo hoo, why me? But that's just the real deal. And I don't think people really realize how stressful being a caregiver is, and I don't care if you're taking care of a spouse or a child, you know, um, it is very physically demanding. Some more physically demanding than others, but to be honest, I think the biggest stress comes from the mental and emotional demands that is placed on you. And it's sometimes it's hard to communicate exactly how demanding it can be and how stressful it can be. But what I have learned is that in this journey, we cannot be silent, as caregivers. You can't be silent. You have to open your heart, share your story. One, you never know who you're going to meet, who could use some words of encouragement. Um, and not only that, but that you might not be meeting per se that caregiver. You might be meeting someone who knows the caregiver who can share your story. So always be open to sharing what you're going through in a positive light, you know um, because we need encouragement. We need to know that, one, we're not alone. We need to know, that we can do it. We need to foster hope in the next person. Okay? Young or old, mom, dad, grandparent, and everything in between. We need to be able to lift each other up because we have enough on our plate. And so it was really nice talking with this gentleman, and he was encouraging me, and I was just like, okay, it's very difficult for me to accept compliments, and I am at a place in my life where I'm really learning to do that, because it's not something that has always come not necessarily easy for me. I guess I'm so used to being criticized one way or another that it's really hard, sometimes to believe that I can be the good in somebody else's life. I can be a source of encouragement in somebody else's life. And so, having kind of grown up with that, and now I'm kind of at a place of like rediscovery in my life. I'm learning to say thank you. And this gentleman was like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a light," and I was like, "Thank you." I appreciate it. It's not that I am trying to, be Superwoman and rip the shirt open so you can see the big S on my chest. I'm just sharing. I just want to share with you, whomever's watching this video or listening to this video, that you guys, you gotta have hope, okay? Really, without hope, getting through the day as a caregiver is, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's gonna be very difficult. So without hope, guys, you're just gonna struggle more than what you need to, okay? Without having goals in life, for that loved one that you are caring for, I don't care if the goal is to get them to walk by themselves, or get them to be able to clean themselves, or just get them to a place where they can experience more things in life that maybe they couldn't, before the issue that they're dealing with. Whatever it might be, guys, kind of having that goal in mind, like, what am I working towards? We set goals for everything else. We set goals for our academics. We set goals for business. We set goals for career. Or I want to be at this career when I hit 25, and that career when I hit 35, and this career when I hit 50, and I want to retire at 55, whatever. We set goals in so many areas of our life, but how many caregivers set goals? Like, really? Okay? My goal as the caregiver for my daughter who's on the spectrum, guys, is for her to be independent as possible, okay, as she gets older. That is my goal. So when the hard times come, when the emotionally draining times come, I have to remember what my goal is. What am I working towards? These tears that are coming down my face, the heaviness in my heart, what is it going towards? Because if it's not going towards a goal, it's almost like you're a sponge, and you're just seeping up all that negativity and ugliness. No. You got enough on your plate, okay? So you need to set goals as a caregiver. I don't care if you think it's ridiculous. Okay. Our goal this summer for my daughter is to learn how to tie her shoes. And I will be satisfied if she just learns how to hold the lace. Okay? The ultimate goal is to tie the shoes, but mommy will be happy if she can just get the hand coordination just to hold the lace. That's it. That's our goal, And even though she's going into third grade, I just want her to have the dexterity in her hands and the coordination to be able to hold the lace. And also just working on holding a spoon. Like, yes, even at 8 years old, we still are learning how to hold a spoon. My daughter does not eat liquids, like soup, okay? She doesn't know how to hold a spoon. So that's something in terms of like an occupational therapy kind of background that we are working on. That's our goal. Holding laces and holding spoons. So even though sometimes I get frustrated, I get tired, I know what my end goal is, okay? My end goal for her. And that keeps me motivated to do the things that I need to do to make sure that she can achieve the things that I desire for her to achieve in life. Guys, and we got to do that. We got to remember why we do what we do, okay? And so, my notes are on my phone, guys, and so anyway, so I just want to encourage you to stay open, okay, with your story, with your journey. You never know whose life you're going to touch, and also just to set goals for your loved one that you are caring for. Help them to achieve greatness, whatever that greatness might be for them, whatever it might be. Maybe you have a child that's nonverbal and you just want to one day, have them say a word, whether it's mama, papa, dad, shoe, help, hi, whatever it might be, guys. If that's your goal, work towards it and remember that every day. And especially when you get down and you get discouraged, guys, just remember, this is not, this isn't for not. Okay, I'll get it out. You're working for a reason. Okay, and your loved ones are worth it, right? Yeah. Okay. Um, I also want to talk about just the emotional stress of caring for a spectrum child, being a spectrum parent. Now, I've shared in other videos, I am a stay at home mom. I have a toddler who is not on the spectrum, and I have an 8-year-old who is on the spectrum. And even though, she's good 5 years older than my son, emotionally and developmentally, they're pretty close. Okay, so it's almost like having a toddler and a preschooler when we're talking about emotions, okay, and her mental state. Now, that is very challenging, and that's kind of been the low of my week. The height of my week was talking and sharing and meeting other people, meeting another autism parent, and being able to, share our stories with each other and encourage each other on. But the low of the week really is struggling with having 2 children, one on the spectrum and one not, guys. And that is because I discipline them differently, and I have to. I discipline them what is appropriate for them for their age and for where their mental and emotional mindset is, but ultimately it ends up with us disciplining them very differently and encouraging them very differently. And so that has been very wearing and taxing on me this week. And also I've seen my daughter, who it's just she does not have that same emotional quotient that a neurotypical 8-year-old child would have, and so she is struggling with a baby brother that is just being a baby brother, touching everything, jumping on everything, laying on her, wants to be wherever she's at, and she's having a real hard time, with that. And it's very difficult for me to, and she's sick. Everybody in the house is sick, so she's physically not feeling well. And then emotionally and mentally, she's not really up to par, and she really doesn't know how to deal with her baby brother. And there are times when I don't really know what to do. Like, for real, guys, we do the best we can, but it is a challenge trying to figure out what's appropriate, what's not, in the context of raising a neurotypical child with a spectrum child. Okay, and so my 3-year-old, he's rough and tumble. He is a rough and tumble little dude, and my 8-year-old just can't handle that. And she's like, "Mommy, get your son. Mommy, get your son." And it's not a laughing matter, but it stresses her out. And so I've seen her anxiety shoot up. I've seen her emotional stress shoot up because my son, especially if he doesn't have a nap, and he is just like everywhere. And he wants to be with her, and he doesn't realize, he doesn't understand that, his sister's not feeling well physically, and then emotionally she's not up to his playing. And so they have been going back and forth, and that has been like, oh my gosh, like, please just leave her alone. Like, leave her alone. She doesn't need you flipping over the sofa and landing on her. And then if we discipline him, he gets mad and he takes it out on her. He's like, ah, and then he'll go and he'll like slam himself into her, and she'll be like half sleeping, like, oh, he got me. Drama, guys. This is real talk life on the spectrum. And so, like, trying to get that balance with my son and teach him, like, okay, well, Tegan does not want to play right now. Go sit down, go lay down, go, here's a toy, whatever it might be. Just, this is not the time for you guys to have brother-sister interaction. How many 3-year-olds understand that? Really? Come on now. And then dealing with her, it's like, you know what? It's okay. You're okay. It's going to be okay. I know he fell on you. It's going to be okay. Like, it's not ending. So deep breath. You need a hug? Okay, if you need hugs, not just the, oh, baby, but we do a lot of deep pressure, like squeeze hugs to kind of help relieve the stress that's built up in her body. And so I try to encourage her, like, if you get angry, because my daughter does do the self-injury, and she doesn't do it all the time, but when her emotions are very high and her anger, rage is very high, she does not know how to release that in a healthy way. And so, she hits herself. She balls up her fist and she punches herself either in the face, in the head, or and that is really difficult to watch. Not because, obviously I don't want her to hurt herself, but I know that mommy can't take that pain away, and mommy doesn't have, per se, all of the answers to help her deal with what's going on the inside in a healthy manner. So what I try to do is encourage her. It's like, baby, if you're upset, and she doesn't really understand. She knows happy, she knows sad, she knows tired, and she kind of gets angry, not get angry, but she kind of understands the term angry, kind of doesn't. She doesn't always use it appropriately. And so I was like, when you feel like that, baby, talk to me. Use your words. Tell Mama, I need a hug. Mama, I need a break. Like, that's okay. It's okay. Come, and I will give you as many deep, tissue squeezes as mommy can give you. And I'd rather do that than to see her hitting herself, guys. And that's a hard pill to swallow, guys. That is a hard one to watch, okay? And so that's kind of been how, our week has ended, with just a lot of emotional stress. And I know the fact that she's not feeling good, and we're going to try to get her to the doctor in the next couple days, as soon as we can. But watching her go through that has been hard, watching her, because when she's healthy and she's full of energy, oh my goodness, they are the best of friends. They are running, dancing, swinging, hopping, jumping on my sofa. Oh, but this week, I know something's going on. I know something's going on physically on the inside, and so we definitely have to get her to the doctor. But I also know that there's stuff going on here and here that we're trying to understand, and she really doesn't have the words to communicate. And so that's another challenge for us. We do not have a child. I like to say that my daughter is semi-verbal. She's semi-verbal. She cannot hold a conversation. She could not talk to you the way I am talking, to the camera, guys. And so, you know, her speech is very limited and her comprehension is very limited. And so I was like, okay, well, what hurts? You know, she's like, mommy, I'm feeling sick. I was like, okay, well, you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt with her. Well, what's sick? Is your head sick, your eyes sick, your nose, your mouth, your feet, your chest, your legs, your toes, your ankles? Like, what part of you is sick? Just help trying to draw out information from her. She's like, okay, well, my tummy hurts. Okay, well, you've kind of been mentioning that, so we'll, you know, go to the doctor and see what's going on with her tummy. Um, but it's been an up and down week, guys. It's been an up and down week, and right now she's resting, and it's just really hard to see her in that emotional state, guys. But you know what? My goal, going back to the encouragement, guys, and to set the goals for your loved ones that you're caring for. My goal is to teach her how to self-calm. Okay, and even if the only thing she can do is ask for a hug, that's step one. That's step one. Okay, that's all right. That's step one. Asking for help. That's something we said, just ask for help instead of giving up, being angry, giving into your emotions. Just ask for help. Step one. You know, that's the goal. Okay, because you can't reach this lofty goal without taking the steps to get there. Yeah? Okay. It's been one of those weeks, guys. It's been a good week. I love my kids. You know, my 2-year-old he's sick too. That's the crazy thing. Completely different thing. He's sick too, and my kids, when they're sick, they do not lose energy. It's like the energy level ramps up. So he's just, but I can tell when that energy goes, that there's something really wrong. So we'll get her looked at. We'll give the baby some chamomile tea, which he probably wouldn't drink anyway. And he'll probably dump it on my carpet. So, anywho, that's the life of having a toddler, right? Okay, guys. Thank you for listening. You know, Confessions of a Spectrum Mom, guys. We go through so much, you know, but I am committed to staying open. I'm committed to this channel just being a resource to let you guys know you're not the only one who's going through the madness. We have our madness. My madness might be different from your madness, but we're all mad. Okay? Woo! So, y'all know what to do. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the subscribe, the little bell icon that's down below. Okay? If you want to see more videos. I do have a second channel, which is the Sundiata Smith channel, guys. So, if you ever want to check out, like, some more arts and crafts, gaming, hair, food, movie. I don't always get to the movies, guys, but when I do like to give a autism parent's perspective of the movie. And so those are all of that kind of artsy, craftsy, gaming stuff is on the Sundiata Smith channel. So go check it out, okay? And I'll put the information in the description box below. All right, but this is our kind of family life, autism life channel here. And if you want to see more, hit the bell icon, guys. And as always, you know the drill. We will see you in the next video. Okay?